kept putting my name with the social and the birth certificate. It kept declining. So we were on that for like 2 hours. Like it wasn't going through it. So he went and spoke to somebody, which was, I'm assuming, one of the higher ups, and they basically told him to bypass it. So basically, like, he took the prints, but there's no recording of it, but pretty much.
Whoa.
I've never seen that happen before. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Then, I go to court the next day, and these motherfuckers don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They don't know anything. They don't know what warrant. They couldn't find anything. They had to call the police station. The lady's telling me, like, listen, I think they made a mistake, man. We don't have anything here for you. Hello?
Kevin, hi. Salam, more. How you?
I'm great, God. Let me just got the headphones real quick so I can talk in peace.
Yes, indeed.
I emailed you. I just sent you the email with the report with the incident. They call it an incident report, so you can see the wording that they like to use. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of any of the mechanics dealing with the situation.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about anything. I just told my wife, I was like, yo, just hit up ASHMUSA and let them know that I'm gonna call him when I get out. It wasn't a big deal, but you let me know when you got that ready, and I'll let you know what happened. Why I'm saying that it was crazy.
Oh yeah, I want to know. Let's go. I'm all ears.
All right, so the situation went down like this, right? Like, first time we're not in one of my vehicles. Normally, what was in my vehicle? So it was one of my friends, and it looked like they were waiting for us already. And so we got out of the liquor store. We bank a right. Boom, they all come. It was like 4 cruisers, and it was all because, like, you could check your email, your proton. I just sent you the report. Allegedly, it was because the sticker of the registration. You know how they put a sticker when it expires? It said that it wasn't placed in the proper place, and because of the tips. So they come. One of them is talking to the driver. I'm in the passenger. My boy's in the back. One of them comes from the passenger side, banging on the window, the back window, and my boy's like, yo, I don't have to talk to you. Like, I don't have to put down the window. I put down the window and said, just a question. I was like, hey, but aren't you guys only supposed to talk to the driver? That guy talking to the driver, like, oh, you guys want to be smart asses? Get out of the vehicle. They dragged us out the car. They searched the whole width. And then when a D-Tech who remembers me from the time that I did those 2 bids, he didn't run my name, okay? He just remembers my name. Maximum, he just literally came and put me in because, oh, you have a warrant. I'm like, well, can I see this warrant? I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, oh, I don't know what it's for, but I just know you have a warrant. Mind you, he didn't run my info. So all of that happened. They made me wait. The dude even told me to stop thinking that to stop watching so much Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, that he don't have to show me shit. And that I'm not an attorney. I'm like, you know what? You're right, man. I don't know anything. Well, whatever. Long story short, we get to the precinct. We at the precinct. I don't know if you've been arrested before, but for anybody who's going to listen to this that's been arrested, they're going to know what I'm saying. When they're going to put your prints in the system, there's a monitor right in front, right? The monitor, before they start putting the prints, they have to put like your info, your name, your date of birth, your social. Every time he kept putting my name with the social and the birth certificate, it kept declining. So we were on that for like 2 hours. Like it wasn't going through it. So he went and spoke to somebody, which was, I'm assuming, one of the higher ups, and they basically told him to bypass it. So basically, like, he took the prints, but there's no recording of it, but pretty much. I've never seen that happen before, ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Then I go to court the next day, and these don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They don't know anything. They don't know what warrant. They couldn't find anything. They had to call the police station. The lady's telling me, like, listen, I think they made a mistake, man. We don't have anything here for you. So after like 3 hours and some change, close to 4 hours, they ended up finding, after taking a bunch of research, and it was just a real funny interaction. And then when I go up and they're like, oh, it's $25, everything gets dismissed.
Oh,
remember, I've had charges of on suspended license before, unregistered. I've had all of those, so they're felony charges at that point. $25, everything dismissed. Oh, they also waited until there was like only one more person left in the courtroom to call me up.
Wow.
Which again, I've been through the system a lot, so I know how it goes down. And especially at the police station where they're putting in my, especially the thing is that I've been 98% of the times I've been arrested has been in that same city, and I've been in that same exact police. So my infos already should be there.
Your fingerprints and all, name, fingerprints, especially when the cop knows you by name. Or detective. Or detective.
Everything should be there. He was like throwing water on my pants. And he's like, maybe it's this. And I'm telling him, like, bro, it's the Swedish saying that every time you put my info, it's for some reason it doesn't want to accept my information. I don't know why that was. I'm assuming. But it was just weird. It was weird.
Assuming. Come on, Moore. You know what you do. You did it. You know, right? It's not like you just met some guy in a dark alley and just gave him a bunch of money and told him to handle it. Of course. You actually have taken the time out of your busy existence to empower yourself with some of the information that's being conveyed at Land Air Water Bureau. And that sounds like, this is becoming a constant, God. It's a beautiful thing.
It was crazy, man. It really was. And it was like, he was surprised because, like, he only remembers me because I used to be getting fights a lot in prison. So he was very surprised that I wasn't really fresh in my mouth. I was just like, I'm not, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to go back and forth with these people here. It's a waste of my time. I'm going to just catch him with the backhand, I don't care. But he didn't know what to do. It was funny because we were literally there for like 2 hours, going back and forth about him trying to put me in, and it just wasn't working. And then he went up there, spoke to whoever, and they told him to bypass it. Basically, what happened there, like my personal stuff, basically it didn't matter. Like he just put it in, he took it, but he didn't take it with my name on it.
Right. So they're just going through their regular rigmarole in regards to, and what do they call it, booking in wards of the state inmates, and they think they got one up on you, and it must be a glitch, must be a mistake, because as you said, they already had previous dealings with you. So who would think that this same person would be the same one? You know what I mean? And they got to figure that out. But that's nasty. They just got themselves jammed up, and then when they figured it out, they trying to distance themselves and back off away from it, but the damage is done.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, well, I'm not letting this slide, man. I could. As a matter of fact, I don't even care about the trooper who tried to file those bullshit charges. I was like, that was even before I started doing the process with you that happened. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know he put the wrong address for no reason. I don't know why he did that. But whatever. I don't even care about him. I care more about the fact that I care about the cops, that because it was 4 cruisers at first. It was in total 7 cop cars for some tints and inspection sticker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me was a little like, what the hell? Like, why you guys need all these people? But just, we're not even doing anything. Then they literally proceeded to search the car for no reason. Which is funny, if you look at the report, they completely forgot to put that they searched that car in that report.
No, they didn't forget. They conveniently.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, they conveniently forgot to put that there.
Yeah, a convenient accident.
It also looks to me as in, because I really don't have running with police like that. That it looks like it looked like habitual to me, where they just pull dudes over, get them up and start searching it, because Lawrence is known for a lot of dope and stuff like that.
You said Lawrence?
Lawrence, Massachusetts. Yeah, that's where it happened.
Lawrence, Massachusetts. I'm wondering, what that's like, because I can only live at this point, vicariously through what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know if that's a busy place, if it's a small town or what, because
no, it's a really small city. It's a 6 square mile city. It's a hood, and there's a lot of drug moves through there and stuff like that. So it looks like they just habitually just pull dudes over because it's always drug. It's like, as a matter of fact, Trump made an address one time talking about Lawrence when he was president. So that should let you know what you need to know.
Wow, you talking about a place that small making national headlines for things? That's a trip. Yeah. So it's like that. But he was trying to show off more in front of the other rookie officers that were there. I was just being whatever, but I'm just like, you know what? Let's just get this over with, man. I'm not even. I'll catch on the back end. I'm not gonna do all this back and forth, because at the end of the day,
Cause he couldn't. Oh, he also told me he was gonna show me the warrant. Which to this day I haven't seen this warrant. I don't know what they were talking about. I don't know.
That was my next. That was my next question. What warrant? What is about a warrant?
They were because I was allegedly supposed to. My person was supposed to appear in court on March 4th, 2020, but I never got the summons or anything because
2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I flew. Remember, I went to Puerto Rico in August. That's another thing. I went to Puerto Rico. I don't know, man. That's what the paperwork says. I sent you the police report. It has everything you want to know. It's in there, but it's only like 2 pages. It's not even nothing crazy. But another thing is, let me not forget this other part of the testimony. Yeah, man, that man is the truth.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why right now. You remember that they had issued allegedly they had issued some warrants for 2 cases from New Hampshire. Okay? Whenever you get arrested, at least when you get arrested in Lawrence, if you have something here in New Hampshire, because they're so close, it comes up. Especially a bench warrant, it always comes up. I went in there, they were actually supposed to have held me Thursday and Friday.
Whoa.
And I should have gotten out today after coming going to court here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, because that's all right there. So they didn't want to hold you. Yeah, man.
So that's the truth too. That's the truth right there. Yeah, just adding. I mean, I've gotten another remedy to the change of jurisdiction, if you want to call it that. But I'm just saying, like, even to going through that experience, it's like, yeah, it works 100%.
Oh my God! So you're talking about multiple warrants having just disappeared?
That what? Say that again, brother?
I said basically disappear? Where did they go?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Because I got the letters from the DMV. I didn't open them, but I put them in the light and I could see through it. And it said that I had like you know how they send you, the DMV sends you a letter basically telling you that you have X amount of time to that warrant, or if not, they're going to suspend. That's what it was. And I didn't even open it. And I just sent them back. I said it was 2 of them, and I sent them back.
That's right. Now, don't be mistaken in thinking that, that is the single component to do with a preponderance of events that all play a factor in the success that you're experiencing. Let me also get a little curiosity satisfied on what happened with the case. Why did they dismiss the alleged case? What did they dismiss it as?
I don't know. It was all dismissed. I even went as far as to ask, hey, like, I rescinded my driver's license, so I don't care about it, but I was like, will this in any way, shape, or form affect my license? And she was like, well, the DMV decides. I'm like, so you're telling me the DMV, like, it's from government? And she was like, we don't know. From our end, we don't think you're going to have any issues. But you don't have to take it. You could go to trial, but you could just pay us $25 and we're going to dismiss all these felony charges. They're all felony charges because, like I said, I'm what they in their world, I am a habitual traffic offender. A
habitual traffic offender with multiple warrants and felony charges, and they thought that they just had a whole nother situation again. Yeah,
and then let me see. Look, let me see where it says. Let me take this warrant.
Wow.
I even have to picture the warrant. Nope. No, they didn't put it there, but I have the receipt in the car. Like, it was $25. And like I said, they waited until there was only one other individual in the courtroom to call my name, because there was a bunch of people that were getting there after me, and they were all getting called, and they couldn't call me because they allegedly couldn't find the warrant. They didn't know anything. They looked to me like they wanted no parts of nothing. That's what it looked like, the way that they were acting. It looked
Come
like
on, where were you at? Yes. They don't want no parts of nothing. But this is the thing. This what I wanna shed some light on, helping you, understand what you were witnessing, strategically, because it's chess, right? Many are tried, chosen are few. The moves that you have made already deal in the conveyance of the properties that the courts use. The courts have a database. So when we are doing and lodging these records in regards to our identity, in those records, they have to publish it which is accessible to all law enforcement agencies and the courts. So the courts see the status and the jurisdiction and its accounts. Those accounts have blocks on them, so they can't just administrate the property anymore when it's private.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Because like I said, everything just looked crazy. Like, I've experienced already other types of remedy, but that to me was like, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Man, this is the remedy of all remedies. Because
because I had like other warrants and all that, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just just for someone like myself who had so many interactions with them, I know already how everything goes. Like, I was like, oh shit, these people haven't even mentioned nothing from New Hampshire. Okay, and it was like, then they ran and said, oh, you're all set, you're good. I'm like, okay. So, and then again, $25, that was crazy. They were charging everybody else there crazy amounts. Oh, suspended license, $500. Oh, how much time you need to pay? Like, it was, and then, like I said, me, $25 for felony charges. Dismissal.
And you didn't even see a judge?
A magistrate, but it was lit. It was lit. The whole thing took, like, once they found the paperwork, it took, like, maybe, like, 25 seconds, if that. It was right away. It was just like, they did it, like, they just wanted me to get out of there. And then every time I would ask, because I was there for so long, I would ask one of the CEOs, like, yo, like, you got stronger, man? Like, I got things to do, man. I can't be here all day. Like, all of a sudden, they would go and take a recess. Like, it was just, man, weird. It was just a whole weird interaction. Like, yo, like, why are these people taking a recess, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then whatever, they'll come back 20 minutes, 25 minutes later. Then they'll always come and tell me, hey, it should be called any second now. Then at one point they made pretend, and I know they made pretend because afterwards somebody came from somewhere else and gave them my actual file. They made pretend that they even had the file because he grabbed the CEO, grabbed the file and like put it in front of the clerk, and he like pointed at me. It was a real funny interaction, man. It was truly a learning experience, if you want to call it that. It was just fun.
Man, it's a trip how it seems like a constant. People get on this journey and it's always some situation that pops up seemingly out of nowhere to draw them into a situation where they start seeing things moving different, Yeah.
I mean, people, I feel like most people, like, not most people, like, at least before I would have probably been whatever, but this time I was just like, well, all right, so these people are actually going to make me get better at doing this, because now I'm not ready. I can't even. I've been thinking about this like ever since it happened. I need to do something to these cops. Like, I have to do it because this happened in front of people who hear what the stuff I be talking and have seen and gotten certain remedies themselves, like credit, and then crazy things like that I've helped them do. So to me, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna let these guys slide. Like, they violated. It was just crazy. Like, and then it looked, because like I said, they were waiting for us too. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know. I just felt like that moment in time, I just felt like that was something that I needed to go through in order to see what I ended up seeing. Cause to me, it became something dope. Like, I was like, wow, if I hadn't gone through that, then I wasn't gonna see these people act the way that, and I would have never seen that they can't process my information now in their system.
Exactly, because jurisdiction, nationality, ownership, interest in property, and privacy is right on the record. Internationally protected person. It's best for you to travel the same way more so you don't get snatched out and roughed up like those public persons who are none the wiser. So it's best to have the same thing happening on your land conveyances too when they see it. I just got off the call with the brother before you who's affirming success with his land conveyance and how a state trooper rolled up on him all aggressively today and backed off mysteriously, after tailing him for a while. He doesn't have any tags, any license, any insurance, none of that stuff. Not that we advocate for it. That's something he did and that he does. And didn't even tell us about it. But guess what? When you claim the name, you claim all of the derivative securities and bonds that they're trading on as well, well. Okay. So we're making it real difficult for them in regards to this presumption, in regards to who's a public person and who's not, when we're in that same database, internationally protected person.
Okay, no, definitely, man. Nah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It was just, even the court, how they were acting, that was weird. Like, I was like, why the hell these people, every time I ask them, just asking when they're gonna call me, they just go take a recess.
Exactly. They did not want to deal with it because what they're doing is more they're opening themselves up to liability. So, you know, the fact that if you pop up and tell that story the way that it happened, everybody who touched that case inappropriately is responsible. So if they witness it happening, which all of them did, and then they don't report that a crime happened in regards to someone being having their rights violated under color of law, Title 42 violation, an internationally protected person, a diplomatic minister of the Moorish Empire being molested. Oh my God. They know that. They know that.
It was crazy. And that's why I decided not to even go at it with the cops, because I know that I knew that what we're doing is way above what they pay grade. They're not even built to deal with that type of stuff. So that's why I was like, it's a waste of my time, you know, to go back and forth with these listeners. So I'm gonna just take care of this, bail myself out and take care of this, you know, at a later date.
Right. That's a trip, man. That is a trip. That's one for the records right there, for the ages. You know?
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
I would expect the same or better going forward, because we're still moving. You know, they thought we were done. We're still moving. How this board game is working, man. This stuff that we are doing, people think is so supernatural and a miracle. It's really just doing bootstrap to the ground research on finding out how this board game called life is actually functioning.
Yeah, for real.
And playing accordingly.
But yeah, and we'll take it from right over there.
Yeah, man, that sounds good. I'm glad to hear you being successful again. I was still working on the other one. This one may be more pressing. You got live action, people still behind walls, behind all kind of frivolous things, and you getting slipped out the back doors like it never happened, without even going to court, without even any acknowledgement. Get the people another one, another great one, another great testimonial. Status ascension. Love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
What's that?
No, I said same here, man. Same here, man. We definitely on it.
We're perfecting things as we go based on real laws from a real place and getting real remedy like never before.
Most definitely, man. Well, glad to be a part of it.
Definitely. Likewise. Glad to work with you and also have insightful, intellectual awareness to be able to tell the story back in a way that makes sense and you can see exactly what's happening based on exactly the works that we've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. And it's crazy to see us so like live in action like that through situations that normally don't go the way that they went for me this past week.
Yeah, it was all about divine design. It was meant to happen right then and there.
Yeah, man, most definitely, man. But yeah, I'm trying to get to work on these guys and execute this. You know, that's all get paid. You know, we could split that. We could split that money. It's not a problem. You know,
that way.
I just want to be able to go checkmate. That's really, I care more about that than anything else.
Yeah, that's checkmate right there, and that's definitely gonna send ripples all throughout that town, and your name will be spoken of in infamy for doing it, because they just learned a lot just off that experience already.
Yeah, and then to be like, oh, so he wasn't done?
They probably holding meetings about that, you know, because they got to get trained different now.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to polish that out, pull it out. We're going to get right to it, more. You already know. We'll get off this line. What time is it?
I'll type up, you know, the injuries and well, actually, I'm going to do it, yeah. So I'll type everything up, and then I'll send it to you. You just look it over, you tell me what you think. I told up this year reacting. Yeah, you're right. That section 1 stuff is let me look for the other one, actually.
Yeah, people not even knowing they not even in real courts, more.
Yeah, definitely.
They lying to me. They said I scratched my butt and spit outside, and they charged me felony this, felony that, and they said my paperwork don't mean nothing. Well, did you ever look up the court to find out if it's a real court you're in? Well, what do you mean? It said it's the district county of the state of, yeah. No, it's not a real place. It's not a real venue. You see that right there in the Judiciary Act when it deals in the delegation of authority regarding the courts.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is, yeah, I'm going up this tonight. No doubt, guy. Let's do that.
Absolutely. Had the best day ever. Congratulations again.
To you guys. Same to you, man. I'll be sending some more funds your way as well, man, for just appreciation.
Love that. We're gonna keep it going, man. Let the people know, man. You getting this work, you know.
Oh, yeah, they know. You know, they're witnessing stuff firsthand at this point.
Peace.
My people at the world, thank you for staying tuned in until the end. What are your thoughts? Keep watching. Leave your comments. Press subscribe with notifications.